What's up, everybody out in the game universe, and welcome to the first episode of Man Mode Monday. This one is Secret Agent Man. Man Mode Monday is a weekly series where I challenge the community and see if you guys can top my score. This one, I'll explain why we picked this class, but the class is the 5-7, the Suppressor, Perk 1 Greed, Tactician, Lightweight Ghost, Cold-Blooded Engineer, Black Cat, and the Shock Charge. Our score streaks are going to be as follows: the UAV, the Hunter-Killer Drone, and the Counter-UAV. All of these make sense with the, I guess, the theme of the Secret Agent Man. So there's a few things I'm going to be going over in this Man Mode Monday. First are just like tips and tricks for the gameplay if you want to take me on and see if you can beat my score. How you beat my score is more kills, less deaths. Now, I recorded this several times, several different games, and this is really hard. I'm going to be honest. It's really hard to get a lot of kills and not few deaths. So there's a few where I had more kills and a few more deaths, and a few where I had less kills but less deaths. So I think I went with the best gameplay and my best score to see if I can beat you guys. Now, I've been pretty consistently going like a KD ratio of about 2, a little bit under, maybe sometimes a little bit over. And it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. So if you want to compete and see if you can beat my score with this class setup, basically, I think the best way to do it, and I don't want to say the file sharing system in this game is kind of clunky, but the best way to do it is send me a friend request on Xbox Live so I can grab it off your file share system. Basically, all you do is go to, your Xbox, go to, send a friend request to Chronic Jester. I'll put a link in the description to the Xbox Live homepage on your browser if you want to do it that way. That's the way I like to do it. But yeah, so a few things about this class and why I've entitled this challenge Secret Agent Man. I was thinking, what would 007 do? What would he have? How would he be trained? What would be his mindset? So we'll start from the top with the only weapon. It's actually a secondary, and it's the 5-7. This gun is a single-shot pistol. It's like the Walter PPK that 007 takes on every single one of his outings, and he does work with it. Now, he doesn't always use just his pistol, so along with that, we've had, in his perks, he has lightweight, because of course he's very well trained. He can jump off of buildings and belly flop and not die. So he's learned how to do that in his training back at, was it M? Oh no, now I don't know what, is it M5? Or is it M7? Okay, somebody in the comments, is it M5 or M7, the kind of organization that he's working for? I know it's, he's English Secret Service, and a little quick note and a tip: do not look at the scoreboard when you're, in the middle of battle. Ugh, I cried a little bit on the inside. Okay, going along with the class, what gadgets are 007 gonna have? So, first thing is, we're gonna put the engineer perk. So maybe Q's hooked him up with some glasses that can help him see through walls. Now he has to stay focused and not try to see through walls and disable things with his PDA. That's another thing that Q got him while he's fighting. So that's don't get distracted. That's a good tip. Another thing is the shock charge. Of course, he wants to shock his enemies and be able to get the jump on them. I think that's, yeah, so Ghost and Cold-Blooded, forgot about those. Those are kind of your secret agent. Nobody's going to ever see you. You're a ninja. You're a ghost. You'll be there in the night and steal whatever you need to and get out of there. So those are kind of my thoughts with the class setup. The score streaks are UAV, Hunter-Killer Drone, another cool gadget that 007 might have, or the Counter-UAV. So those are kind of things you can call backup and have these kind of cool gadgets. I was trying to kind of make it as feel like James Bond as possible. Now, you can pick other people's weapons up. That's part of it, but I've tried not to because I want to see how much I can do with my 5-7, because 007 doesn't, he uses what's in his environment, but he does not do it, he will still do his job with, less equipment and being more secretive. So that's kind of my thought process on picking up weapons, because, everybody else in the game has got an LMG or an SMG or a sniper or a shotgun, and they're just better weapons. So you have to play a certain way. You got to be sneaky. You got to get in the mindset of 007 and try to get those kills. So about this gameplay, right now I'm trying to stay on the edges. It's a very small map, and I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of 007 trying to sneak onto a boat and I don't know, maybe he's assassinating someone, maybe he's trying to protect somebody, whatever. But Oh, I really like doing that, putting myself in the mindset while playing this. What I really like doing on this map is pushing really hard, trying to get kills in the middle of the map, and then getting up in the second floor on whatever side they're spawning at, and then exactly like this, trying to kill them off their spawn, because the rest of my team is still fighting in the mid there and killing them. So while they're spawning, hopefully I can get a few kills here. This gun seems to have, you know, quite a bit of range on it. It's kind of hard because a lot of other weapons spit out more lead than this one, but if you had the advantage, you can, you know, outrange an SMG. It's very accurate because of the semi-automatic fire, and man, these guys are finding me in the moments when I'm, you know, getting that UAV, looking at the scoreboard, trying to use my black hat to, you know, good advantage to, you know, make sure none of my teammates or I run over like a bouncing Betty or a Claymore or something. So those are the things to look out for. So when you reload, do all these, you know, like maintenance things to make sure that you're ready for the next engagement. Make sure that you're, make sure you're ready to knife them first of all, but make sure that you're ready to, you know, defend yourself and get a good place of defense. So that's kind of what this class really entails, and really a lot of different classes. This one is kind of based on speed. So being fast, being quick, making good decisions from points of advantage. You know, this one I wouldn't say is a very aggressive one. There are a few classes, especially the SMG classes, where you can be extremely, extremely aggressive, and you get rewarded for this. This one doesn't, because it's harder, at least for me and my like cognition, to say, okay, I'm going to drop shot and pull the trigger repeatedly, and I'm going to do this and jump, you know, around corners and then do a dolphin dive and all these things. So it's, for me, it was a little bit harder to do those kinds of things. So I compensated by picking good engagements and picking points of advantage. But still, sometimes those SMG guys come around the corner and, you know, get those 3 bullets into you because they're ready to go. The hip fire on this gun seems to be pretty good. You know, I don't have the red dot sight on there, so that's a little bit, it's harder to see where you're hip firing, but in this game, you definitely want to, when you're starting engagement, if you do not have, I guess, the advantage, and you just, you know, 2 people are coming into a room and see each other at the same time, it's kind of an advantage just to start shooting and then zoom in and get your, you know, sights lined up so you can get more accurate shots, because you might get a bullet or 2 into the other person before you're zooming, and if they zoom before they shoot, you have a 2 bullet advantage. In some guns, it only takes 3. So that's, you know, I try to do as much hip firing as possible after many games of trying to run this class. I found that, you know, it's pretty consistently I can go, you know, 2 KD, positive 2 KD, you know, 1.75 KD, but it's pretty hard. This challenge, I have to say, starting off with this challenge is a challenge. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know. I want to see if you guys can do this. That's like some of my main motivation for doing this, because I want to see if you guys can beat this. You know, sitting there thinking, okay, what class can I make up to kind of have a theme and go along with a story, build a story, and I want to see if people can do this. So this is probably my best game that I tried. I'm not going to necessarily give up on this class, although next week we'll have a different class. And oh, I completely forgot to say this. If you can beat my score, you know, do the gameplay, you know, kill all the things, and then, you know, send it to me with my gamer tag. The winner, the person who can beat me by the most, will get priority access to our next episode of Call of Duty Reality, where you can compete for real prizes. True story, it is only on Xbox right now. We're looking at PS3 and PC, but for right now, it looks like Xbox is going to be the best way to do it, because first of all, we've got the system set up to make that work, and, you know, that's the console that's set up to the capture card and everything. So I don't want to leave anybody else out in the cold. So if you guys would like to see Call of Duty Reality on a different console, please let me know. On the PC, please let me know in the description. And if you like Xbox, also, this feedback is very valuable. And I think this game's getting pretty close to the end. We're actually losing right now. One of the restrictions for this one is you don't have to win, because I was going to make it you have to win, but honestly, this class setup is extremely hard, because you have this this pistol that shoots out a lot of lead, but it can be overpowered in a lot of different situations. So your situational thinking is really what's getting you those kills. But sometimes people just don't think and just run around, and they'll kill you, but they won't make smart decisions for themselves. So overall, I think making decisions, even if you don't win, is a good way to do it. So I went 28 and 15, guys. If you can beat that, send it to my gamer tag. I'll put clips on the next episode. You will get priority access to our next game that should be filming next week. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you can beat this. I want to see all your gameplays. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, the first episode of Man Mode Monday. If you want to watch some other videos you might have missed, the top one is Call of Duty Reality Trailer, the show where you can compete for real prizes playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We have me grinding for this video in the 5-7 Madness. And speaking of grinding, the new DLC map, Grind, got some gameplay with the Peacekeeper. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. But as always, hope to see you online.